Welcome to Bangkok, Thailand, where I now live, which is pretty cool, but the coolest part of the whole thing is the fact that I happen to be here during the month of April, which is when Songkran takes place. And if you don't know what that is, it's the biggest water fight in the world. So today, I'm taking you with me to celebrate it. So, what is Songkran? Songkran, also known as the Thai New Year, is a 3-day celebration consisting of family gatherings, paying respect to elders, visiting temples, and of course, water throwing. But the main question you might be asking yourself is, why a giant water fight? The water symbolizes washing away bad luck, and originally, people gently poured scented water on family members and Buddhist statues to cleanse and show respect. And this has evolved into a massive water fight using water guns, buckets, and hoses. To attend this event the right way, you do need a floral shirt, as well as a water gun, or 2, I would go with 2 because why not? Along with a waterproof pouch for your phone, and of course a waterproof bag so your stuff does not get soaked. And make sure you wear some flip-flops or Crocs. Odds are you're gonna get a gun like me, this one, but it did end up breaking and I had to buy another one. I want a better gun, but I'm a little strapped on time, pun intended. The one I upgraded to was this, and this one was so much better. It really does make or break your experience. That being said, water guns can be purchased everywhere from a 7-Eleven to a bunch of different stalls on the side of the road, near the event or far away from the event. During Songkran, there are so many different things that you can do. It's not just one thing happening in the city. No, there's stuff happening all over. So when you walk on the street anywhere, there's going to be water fights. And if you're wearing dry clothes, good luck. You will not come home dry. If you're looking to visit here and you have no idea Songkran is going on, you'd probably have a panic attack walking outside your hotel and then getting soaked randomly and not knowing why. Because people that are dry are an absolute target. Besides the water fights happening every single place you walk, there are also free music festivals that happen, along with paid music festivals, free pop-up water parks, parades, cultural events, and so much more. Now, there are many popular spots throwing events during Songkran, like Silom Rd, known for its wild backpacker parties and non-stop water fights, Central World, which has a free concert, blow-up water slides, Siam Square, which can have a younger crowd, and the last one, which is where the biggest water fight in the world takes place, Silom Rd. So the first place I hit was Siam Square.
Oh my gosh, the train is so packed right now. Look how many people.
I did decide to take the train, and let me tell you, it was so packed. So just make sure if you do this, you get on any time before noon to beat the crowds. And I wouldn't recommend leaving events by train because you will be waiting in a line of 50 plus people just to get a ticket. But now let's talk about Siam Square. I personally liked this area a lot because it wasn't super crowded. You could walk around and not be stressed out with the amount of people. There was a DJ, there were live performances, and of course, water fights, along with unlimited water refill because, well, technically it wasn't a refill station, but people were refilling their guns from the mall fountains, which, I mean, was super convenient, but probably technically not supposed to do it that way.
I am getting lit up non-stop. Like, you can't even walk through this area without getting soaked. Do you see this? I'm soaked right now. Absolutely soaked. They're lined up just ready to target anyone. If you're dry, you will not come out of here dry. That's for sure. All right, it's time to light everyone up like they did.
This spot was so much fun because it was located right when you exit the train station, meaning that a bunch of people would get off the train, entirely dry, and people would line up outside just getting ready to soak them. I thought it was so fun. Just doing that alone was my favorite part. Next, I made my way to the main star of the show, which is where the biggest water fight in the world is held, and that was Silom Rd. I hopped on a bike to get to my destination because I was really hoping to get in some water fights on the way there because people will soak you when you're on a bike. For instance, you have bikes that will attack you, along with the tanks of Bangkok, along with tuk-tuks, and people on the side of the road. So no matter where you go, you're just kind of guaranteed to get wet. And I just think it's a really fun way to experience this event. But once I started getting closer to the biggest water fight in the world, oh my gosh, there were just so many people. So I actually ended up getting stuck in traffic to the point where we couldn't move, and I had to just get off and walk the rest of the way.
Stuck in a crowd of people right now. Can't go anywhere.
Underneath this robe lies, ready for a crazy night. I can hear your heartbeat. Underneath this robe lies, ready for a crazy night. I can hear your heartbeat. Underneath this robe lies, ready for a crazy night. I can hear your heartbeat.
That was awesome! It's the only way to do it.
This area had multiple festivals, all free, markets for shopping, Songkran style, and it also had food everywhere. One of the best viewpoints of this area is on the BTS bridge, and you can travel along the streets and see everything without actually being in the crowd with thousands of people. After I got the best views though, I did end up making my way down to the street to start battling it out one-on-one and with like 5 people at a time.
I've gotten sprayed just a little bit. Not enough, that's for sure. Okay, I gotta fill this puppy up. We got water! Woo!
After fighting for some time though, I decided to try to get some high ground by asking someone if I could hop in the back of their truck because there were some other foreigners up there and I was like, I don't know, I have nothing to lose. Let's see if I can get up there.
Can I get up there with you guys? Come on. Yeah? Okay. Okay, I'm coming up. I got high ground! High ground!
And it wasn't long until they told me we were out of water and we had to go find more. So I ended up roaming the city with a bunch of strangers in the back of a truck. It was great.
The gun's ready.
Perfect.
Last set. How do you know? Same thing.
It's not a great gun. Definitely just lost that fight. I was like, ice water. My gun is so weak. This is the weakest gun ever.
Oh, and did I mention that one of the worst things that can happen when you are at Songkran is getting shot by ice cold water?
That was freezing. It's freezing. It's freezing. Oh, it's freezing. That was ice cold water. Oh my gosh, that's freezing. That was so cold.
There was this one time specifically, I don't even know where this person came from, but we had stopped in traffic, I think, and someone comes up behind me. They like ran into the street to the back of the truck to drench me in a bucket of ice cold water. And it was the most shocking thing. I can't forget it because it sounded like I was screaming bloody murder.
Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh!
living good. I go back to back. I go I'm living good. I go back to back. I go living good.
We drove all over the city to the major events, and we even explored side roads, which surprisingly were the best areas to get soaked. The locals would stand there with buckets, hoses, and water guns and target anyone and everyone going through. At one point, it really looked like people were trying to give car washes to all the cars going by because they were just holding multiple hoses in the street and like throwing buckets on every single vehicle, tuk-tuk, and bike that was passing. And yeah, it just looked like they were being super nice and giving people car washes, but that's not what was happening. After roaming around the city and having a ton of water fights, we ended up meeting some amazing locals who let us refill using their water. And it was the first time I got smeared with the paste on my face. And it wasn't just on my face, no. It was a bucket of it poured down my back and down my friend's back. So if you're wondering what this kind of paste is that you might see smeared on people's faces, traditionally it was believed to bring good luck and ward off bad things. So if someone does this to you, it's a good thing. We ended up hanging out here with these locals for a while, okay? They truly taught me their ways. I stood in the street with them and we doused vehicles going by. And it was so much fun because the people going by can't do anything about it. I mean,
Here comes the
again, I just think standing somewhere and staying put is so much more fun than kind of walking through crowds. After some time, though, we did say our goodbyes and we ended up making our way back through the city, fighting any and all cars driving by and just pulling off to the side of the road and fighting anyone that was willing. You'll notice that when you walk around the city or if you're on a bike, that there are specific sections where people have buckets of water and they are the ones that will get you the most soaked. So those are the areas we kept pulling off at because those people just really wanted to fight. At one point though, I was laying on the top of the truck while we were driving through the city, just firing at everyone. And I swear to you, it felt like I was in a movie. Just enjoying myself on the top of a truck. And it did feel like LARPing in a way. It really did. This was honestly an unmatched experience. I don't know if I will celebrate another Songkran that will top this one. Eventually, night fell though, and we made our way to our last stop to play with some more people, and I said goodbye to my new friends and hit the streets once again. But I'll be honest, being soaked at nighttime can be kind of miserable because when you're getting blasted with ice cold water, yeah, you're gonna get a little chilly even in Thailand. It's shocking, I know. So I didn't roam too much at night. I did go out to kind of see what the vibes were, but every single day I was going out at like noon. So by the time nighttime came around, I was pretty exhausted. All that to say though, the events that happen during the day do continue on until nighttime. It does not end when night falls. There will be pool parties at night, there will be clubs, there will be bars hosting Songkran events and stuff happening in the streets. But if you are trying to go somewhere even at night, even if it's a club, even if it's a bar, even if it's dinner, there is no guarantee you won't get wet by the time you reach your destination unless you're taking a car, but even getting out of a car could be risky.
Oh, she has a suitcase. She's going to the airport. Don't take a tuk-tuk to the airport.
Something else that happens that is one of a kind during Songkran are water music festivals. But there is one specifically called 𝚌𝚬, which is the largest water music festival in the world. So naturally, I had to go.
The best place is here and here. You don't avoid the squeeze, but you get the amount of water that you want. I'm not.
Yeah.
Look, it sounds silly, but I promise you now, That's the least amount of people, least amount, and the most amount of water.
That's where I want to go.
There we go.
Yeah.
When I thought about this music festival, I thought that there would be misters and they would shoot water at you during some parts of the song, you know, or like when it dropped. Yeah, that's not what it was. Imagine this, a full-on rainstorm, actually hurricane. Let's go with hurricane for 7 hours straight nonstop. With music, it reminded me of Step Up, the scene where it's raining and they're dancing in the water. That was this. That was this, yeah.
I'm soaked. It's like I've showered. It looks like I've showered.
There was this one time during the festival, there was a bunch of people that walked through wearing like designer clothes, entirely dry. And I just thought to myself, I don't think these people know what's about to happen. I was having the best time watching them because the level of shock to me when I realized how wet you actually got the entire time you were at this festival was crazy. I'm not gonna say that this is for everyone, but for me specifically, I had like a spiritual experience at this event. This was truly a once in a lifetime experience, and it's opened up an entirely new genre of music festival for me. I don't know if this is anywhere else in the world, but it should be. It should be. That wraps up my experience at Songkran, aka the largest water fight in the world. And I guess the largest water music festival in the world too, because I threw that one in there. So what are my final thoughts on this event? I will say, this is 1000% a once in a lifetime event that you must attend at some point. Either the Water Music Festival or Songkran. And if you were watching this video and thinking, oh, this looks like so much fun, I feel like I want to do that one day, do it. Do it. I think it's worth the money. I think it's worth the flight, the time to get here, everything about it. It's so fun. And on top of that, it's Thailand. Thailand is beautiful, but to get to enjoy Songkran and Thailand and like do that all in one trip, heck yeah. I absolutely loved this experience though. I really don't know if there's anywhere else in the world where something like this could happen and it just be so seamless and enjoyable. But I think that goes to show how great of a country Thailand is and its people. If you watched this video and you thought to yourself, oh, this looks like so much fun, I want to do something like this, I will say, I would highly recommend checking out LARPing and seeing what that's about. I have videos on my channel. I'll put one here because it's literally the same vibe, except on the next level up. I don't know. We can debate in the comments whether this is similar or not, but I feel like it is. If you like immersive experiences, make sure you stick around because I do document stuff like this often. And I have past videos as well that you can check out documenting more immersive experiences, which are just like insane. And if you are interested in seeing more of my Thailand journey, I do post more about that day-to-day stuff on my TikTok and Instagram platform. So go check it out there. Okay, I'm gonna have to end the video now because it's getting super, super dark. So thanks again, guys. I hope you have a wonderful day or night wherever you are, whenever you're watching this, and I'll see you in the next one. Okay, bye.